right, everybody. Thank you for jumping on with us for our Tri-State Trends podcast. I got my man David Coulter with me of FFL Squadron, on pace for his best month, both team and personal, and has not been with us that long. Dave, how are you doing, my man?
Doing fantastic. Zero complaints. Upwards from here, professionally and personally.
I love it, man. You know, and how long has it been since you've been with us?
Since December 1st.
Yeah, so not long at all. Dave,
Just coming on 4 months.
Do me a favor for the people that are trying to get to know you. Give them a little backdrop of kind of where you are, where you're coming from, and how you found Family First Life.
Well, started out at a captive agency 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago. During the pandemic, and really fought my way through a lot of adversity. Learning the systems, learning how to approach people, especially with the new virtual world that we're in. Really made it happen, I would say, if that's how you want to put it, for a captive agency for 2.5 years, I would say, until my boss now, or my manager now, made the switch, which really opened my eyes to what was out there. Thinking that, going from thinking that we were the best, had everything that we could offer to everybody. If you couldn't get anything with us, you couldn't get it anywhere else. Until now, it's just an entire vista that's been opened up of opportunity, really opportunity unlimited. Being able to really take control of my own resources, per se, instead of having somebody hand them to you, being told that you are a 1099 entrepreneur when in reality you're a 1099 employee. Now I'm actually a 1099 entrepreneur, being able to run my own gig.
Dude, that's fantastic. I mean, how liberating does that feel? You're just getting started. So your future's in front of you and how bright it is. How liberating does that feel?
Oh my God. Words can't even explain it. I mean, I've not only helped my team, but my family in more ways than I could even imagine, coming to this opportunity. You don't realize everybody says the grass is always greener on the other side. This side, unfortunately, the grass is definitely greener, and it's always going to stay greener. It's never going to die. Unfortunately, we have the nutrients and everything else to keep it going, and it's just upward from here.
I love it. So, from this eye-opening deal, Family First Life, this the veil's off. There's no longer any darkness. There's no closet you're stuck in. You're not waiting for anyone to hand you anything. You actually you're learning how to fish, right? And you're learning how to fish at a high level, and different things that boats can do, and different thing the water does, and different thing that, different baits and rods, and all. You're learning this stuff, and it's pretty awesome because you're feeding your family. If you're fishing and you're not feeding your family, it's not awesome. But when you can feed your family, it's a different beast, and you learn, things that you can continue to add to it. What are some things that you have added to your arsenal that is making it more consistent, where you feel confident about the term only upwards from here?
Real life insurance leads, for one.
Break that down. That's a heck of a term you just used. But what does that mean?
People who are actually requesting information on life insurance. It's huge, not having to hard sell somebody on something they never requested in the first place. But people who genuinely understand that life insurance is going to help their family, not having to explain it to them like a little kid, dealing with just a much better group of people, and people who actually know what life is about and know that tomorrow's never promised. But being able to have such a massive variety and a huge resource of those leads available to you, what's there to be scared of? What's there to look at and say, I can't do this? It's look, you're looking at it and saying, get me those leads. I'm going to succeed.
Right. So that's a different level of confidence, no?
100% it is.
Have you always looked at yourself as someone who would put in the work, someone who has put in the work, but maybe didn't always get the result that the work was put in?
Absolutely.
You know, I felt the same way coming into this industry. You know, I was working in the mortgage business. I would work. I don't care. I'll put in the work. I just felt like the vehicle didn't maximize the speed that I could go and perform at a high level at that speed. And there's nothing more unfulfilling, Dave, than being in a vehicle, knowing you can drive really well, but being in a vehicle that won't let you perform. It won't let you put the foot to the gas and that thing rev back, and you learn how to continue to maneuver it, you know? And that's what the insurance industry was for me. You know, that's what Family First Life became for me when we opened this company. It's like, wow, we can go fast. And it's like, that's what I think I'm hearing from you. Like, is like the ability to perform at faster levels because you're capable of doing it and with no restrictions. You know, I was in Montana once, and I heard about the speed limits, and I'm like, oh snap, these dudes can just kind of go as fast as they want. And I was riding with a buddy of mine, and he goes, yeah, you know, they use the self-select process out here. But the ones who self-select aren't around for long because they go fast and they're idiots. And they get, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Yeah.
well, I don't want to drive 140 just because there's no speed limit. But performance isn't just driving 140 miles an hour. It's handling at high speeds. So
Yep.
as we're self-selecting, we want to be able to handle high speed, which it sounds to me like you're learning the grip necessary to handle a higher speed. Can you talk to us a little bit about what's gone into your mindset, your work ethic, your process, the transition from virtual, which is maybe a Zoom situation, to a telesale, and some of the systems you had to put in place to become consistent doing that?
Well, I don't think there's a lot of people who know my background and where I really come from. You know, I was in a cult for 25 years. I came out of that thinking I was free, signed up with a captive agency, not realizing that I was entering right back into a cult until I came across this opportunity, which thankfully, you know, my manager opened this opportunity up to me. Now I'm in the real world and being able to grasp what reality is. And I think that's the best word for it. This is reality, right? And we're actually, you know, dealing with real situations, and, you know, being able to grip on such a huge opportunity like this, not coming from somewhere where, well, I should say coming from somewhere where you weren't really held accountable. You know, somebody watched your back, but they gave you the resources and said, do this, and you did it, but then you didn't really see the results because somebody else was controlling those resources. Now I can control my own resources, and I know what my limit is, and it's a very high ceiling.
Right.
As they say, the sky is the limit. But being able to, you know, take advantage of everything that you guys have here at FFL and use it to my advantage, use the tools that I have to absolutely just bust it open. And that's really what's happened here. And I, you know, what I've written so far from December 1st till now is exactly how much I've written, is more than what I've written in an entire year at the captive company.
Wow.
2 years in a row.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's different, my man.
And I'm not working any longer. I'm actually working less than what I was working there.
That's different. So, what's your family structure? Are you married?
No, I'm engaged.
Okay, got it. So no kids.
No kids yet.
How long have you dated your now fiance?
3.5 years.
So she's seen this all. The whole evolution of your insurance career.
She was with me before the captive agency until now.
I asked
and
this.
I want to point this out to you real quick, because before I made the switch, she told me, she said, the amount of work that you're putting in, you're getting nothing out of it. If something doesn't change, I'm going to find you a 9-to-5 salary job so you can make money.
Wow.
What do you think she's saying now?
Listen, I've been
She's telling me she wants to get contracted. So.
I literally was going to start asking you these questions because she's seen you prior, she sees you now. And you already answered it for me, but it's like, what is it like to morph belief in the person you want to spend the rest of your life with? Like that, I know what that feels like. I want to hear from you, because to transfer that belief of this isn't working to almost like how you like me now. You know what I'm saying? Not the rubbing effect because you're in it together, but how you like me now. So I want to hear from you, though.
Well, it's funny that you asked that, because, I'm not going to go into details, but my fiance has dated guys before that weren't willing to work. They'd offer them overtime. Unfortunately, they wouldn't go for it because they wanted to stay home and play video games. What better than being able to say, unfortunately, this is life, and if I don't work, I don't get paid. Because let's be real, a salary is a drug they feed you to forget your dreams. Right? You can bust your ass, excuse my language, for as many hours as I am during the week and get paid a quarter, an eighth of what I'm getting paid.
No doubt.
No matter what. You got to drive. You got to repair your vehicle. You got to go in and answer to your boss. You got to get told what to do. It's incredible. And now the 2 years that I was at that captive agency, she was doubting. She was doubting because even though we both work remote, she wasn't seeing results. And yes, I can say, okay, I'm working hard. I'm doing this. But she's saying to me, where are the results? How can you prove that? I come here, no questions.
Did you come here because you felt like you had no choice?
I came here because I wanted better.
Got it. Makes sense. That's strong.
I had other choices.
Yeah. Well, yeah, totally. I actually didn't mean it that way, but like you had to leave where you were at because it wasn't really working.
It wasn't working.
Right. That's incredible, man. I love the transparency and the openness of kind of where you are right now. Is this your best year ever in anything financially?
Absolutely.
That's different. That's
what I've made so far from December 1st to now. I've had salary jobs. My highest paying salary job was $50,000. And I've made that in 6 months. 4 months.
That's strong, dude. And I would say the best is yet to come. You're just getting started. I think learning, how to navigate the curves of the road in this new world is amazing. It's awesome for it to be fun while learning. Like we have this opportunity while it's fun now to learn. You went from virtual to Zoom sales, yes?
Yep.
To telesales.
100%.
What's the big difference for you with those two things?
Confidence, being able to fit in a lot more, help a lot more families in one day was massive for me, because you can have the activity, but if you're scheduling a Zoom call just to quote unquote go over some free benefits for 40-45 minutes, and then another 30 to 40 minutes on trying to hard sell them on life insurance, you're talking about a 2 hour process when you can call somebody and close them, get the application submitted within 30-45 minutes.
Wow. Okay. I never really kind of put all that together time-wise. That's such a time suck. That's brutal.
And extremely rare to get somebody right then and there. It was always scheduling. So many no-shows, so many this. And we were told you can't do telesales. That's not the industry we're in. You have to be on Zoom because we have to show them the free benefits.
So the very nature of being able to purchase leads of people that actually requested life insurance, that's obvious to me that's a time saver. Call to close, the ability to get someone on the phone right away and start talking to them about the thing you're calling about, to garner their interest and get them to see the value of the life insurance you're trying to help their family with. That makes sense to me. What I didn't realize is that you were stuck on Zoom appointments with high no-show ratios, and in the first 45 minutes, it's rapport building and free benefits. And then there's a transition period into, but wait, Mary, there's more. And that to me would drive me to drink. That would drive me up a wall. I don't know.
I'm itching to talk, but I mean, listen, I could go on for quite some time. I'm not here to,
sure.
trash talk, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that are in the situation that I was in, that you were in. But what they're told about opportunities like this is not the truth. So being able to speak about it openly, knowing both sides, is huge. And I want everybody to know that, because I had a team of 20 people at one point. Every single one of those people left. Why? Because they weren't seeing results. They weren't seeing money. They were sick of telling people, let's jump on Zoom so I can give you the free benefits that you requested, trying to trick them into it, bait and switch, and then trying to sell them life insurance. The next day, they wake up to a $200 charge on their card or on their account, and they're like, but I only requested something free.
Wow.
So that's where you start having a retention issue. Only being able to approve people who are in good health.
Right. Nothing worse than a retention issue.
Wow. People who actually need life insurance are people who are sick. And I wasn't prepared to continue my career telling people who wanted life insurance, who actually wanted life insurance, I can't get you approved. I'm doing myself and them a massive disservice. Whereas now, come one, come all.
I love it, man. You're having a record month. Your team's having a record month. Dude, it's only going to keep getting better, man. Congratulations on your early success. I appreciate you jumping on this Tri-State Trends with me, and thank you for your transparency. It's amazing what this is going to look like 90 days from today.
Telling you, it's going to be a lot better.
I appreciate you, David. Thank you for your time.
I'll tell you one thing before we hop off. I get excited to wake up and work.
That's
legitimately amazing. I get excited to work.
That's awesome. I know the feeling. Dude.
I didn't like working.
Wow. That's a different change.
And now I do.
Good for you, bro. That means so much in your own life, in your own psyche, in your own heart. Like that's incredible, bro. So I'm not taking anything you're saying lightly. I think it's fantastic. I hope people hear this and understand what it is we offer, and then for the people who are here who aren't taking advantage of it, like aren't as excited as you are to wake up and work, like why not? It's beautiful, man. So thank you so much, man. I appreciate everything you shared. I'm looking forward to the next 90 days for you, brother. God bless.
Appreciate the opportunity, Mark.
Trending, David Coulter. God bless y'all.